So guys, yesterday we spoke about, are we in a bull market or bear market with Bitcoin? And it's come down to one major line. We are now sitting with Bitcoin at $30,423. And the way you can see it is I have this previous low over here. And for me, this was an area that we held in a bull market. And as long as we held that area, we ended up going to $69,000 within Bitcoin. And now what we are doing is we are sitting at this major resistance. And for me, this is the zone, knowing that the RSI on the monthly is getting to the higher points that we are about to see. Are we going to remain in a bear market within Bitcoin, or are we going full bull market? Now, I spoke about the bearish scenario yesterday. I spoke about the possibilities of maybe Bitcoin going back down to $20,000 if we don't get through this area within this month and actually have a good monthly close. The RSIs are getting to a point where there is going to be a 3-month reset to the downside. And the problem is if we don't get above that $30,000, the $31,000 level, and we reset from here, there's still a good opportunity or a good possibility that we can go down to the lower 20,000s. And that's the big concern. But what we also know is if the RSI enters the overbought position on the monthly is usually when the market erupts very quickly to the upside. We've seen this in the past. And ultimately, if we do end up closing above the 31,000, this is the possibilities of a $40,000 to a $45,000 Bitcoin. Now, what are the altcoins that are going to be the strongest within this time? What altcoins are showing strength right now? We're going to speak about these altcoins. And what I want to show you guys, which is going to be an incredibly powerful strategy and something that's going to really help you within the market, is determining where your altcoin is. Where is it in the bear market? Where is it in the bull market? And what I mean by this, just to give you a little hint about what we're about to see within the show, you could see Chainlink right at the bottom at the moment of a bear market, right? And ultimately, we're going to speak about, should we be buying the coins that are right at the bottom of the bear market channel? Okay. Secondly, there are some coins that are ready for me entering the bull market territory. And you could see that from this previous bear market cycle, as in Render, we're going to speak about many, this has already reclaimed those previous lows. And ultimately, what I spoke about with Bitcoin, turning this level over here into support, turning that $31,000 into a new level of support will ignite a huge bull market. And ultimately, that could be the entries that go to the highs. You are seeing it play perfect within Render, where it turned the previous level, which was bear market territory, straight into support area. And from here, this could be a token that's in the bull market right now. So we're going to be going through which coins are in the bear market, which are in the bull market, and when is the time to make sure that we are in, and what are going to be the strongest altcoins if Bitcoin breaks $31,500 and goes to 40,000, and when are we switching to the next? This is going to be a big show. No more wasting time. Let's get into it.
Click. Have you heard the news? What? With his finger on the pulse, it's like Sheldon knew. Click. When the sniper shoots, we got Sheldon on the charts, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. So enter the sniper, click. Time to be dedicated, sniper mode is activated. Explosions in the market are in target, and Sheldon demonstrates. Mirror on the wall, Master Sheldon tell us all. We got Sheldon on the chart, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. Enter the sniper, click. Enter the sniper.
Fantom fam, hope you're having a fantastic day. Today is what, Tuesday? It is Tuesday today. Still in the beginning of the week. We've had a good start to the week. What we can be very grateful today is waking up and Bitcoin still above $30,000. Now, I explained to you yesterday why 30,000 is very important, especially on the smaller time frames. Reason being is if Bitcoin loses 30,000 at the moment, there could be a possible test of the regions of 28, maybe $27,000 retest. But what it does is it delays us for a good monthly close. Now we are running 20 days until the next end of this month. And ultimately, we want Bitcoin to get through this level. Because of the RSI getting near the top, we know that the bulls are slowly running out of time, and we want them to reclaim this level so we can finally get out of bear market territory and start looking at bull market territory. Now, it's very clear if you look within the charts, you can see that Bitcoin is clearly leading the whole market at the moment. And what you're starting to see is a very classic move of the whole market turning into Bitcoin or turning to Bitcoin, and then Ethereum, then altcoins. You are going to see this many times. But in order for this to happen, and to know that the whole market's going to go into bull market territory now, we need Bitcoin to take the first step and to get to the higher range. So now we know we're at this very critical stage, and we're going to zoom in now and see where are we. We're very grateful that we are above 30,000 today. That's a big thing. And we want to remain above 30,000 so we can get past the higher level before we do go test the lower level yet again. Now, first thing, guys, make sure you join Sniper School. Go below, click the registration button. Now, if you do register within Sniper School, using the link below, you must use the link below to register. I'm going to be giving up to $2,000. I'll be giving, $400 to 5 people that register within this week. So I'll be doing this giveaway early next week. So if you do register, click that button below, come join Sniper School. You need to open a Sniper School exchange link. Guys, once you click on the registration button, it will show you the links you need to open. And you put $100 in that you get to trade with. And then you come join me in class. Remember, Sniper School is free, and it's going to prepare you and get you ready for the bull market. And then the next thing, we have Banter Bubbles. Go to Banter Bubbles and go open Banter Bubbles. You either get it on the App Store, or you can get it on the web. Make sure you have Banter Bubbles. Okay, let's go and let's quickly have a chat. So the first chart I'm going to open, I spoke about this yesterday. And the reason why I'm zooming out now and I'm giving you all the tools, because I know on the higher time frame, this big move can happen at any moment. And I know you guys need to be ready. So while we're waiting on a little bit of a slower day where the market's just taking its time, we still have Bitcoin hovering around the $30,000 level. Not too much happening within altcoins. We do see some strength. We saw MATIC push, which I'm glad we got. We spoke about MATIC and Solana. Solana yet again looking to possibly break those highs. So we're going to be speaking about that. And Render's a very big one to speak on the smaller time frames. But for now, let's keep looking at the higher time frames. And yesterday, I sort of shocked everyone a little bit by coming quite bearish and speaking about the bearish scenario. Let's speak about the bullish scenario and let's start preparing on what we're looking at. Now, what I spoke about it last week, guys, I want to remind you that you need to use a very simple tool to understand, is your token in a bull market or is it in a bear market? Very simple, okay? And then we're going to add some horizontals too to help you with the understanding of these areas that we are in and when you can start to expect your coin to start really expanding to the upside or to reject really hard. And if there is a dump, how hard will your altcoin get hit? I think that's a big thing to speak about. Now, remember, in that episode I explained to you guys last week was the moving averages. So just remember, you want to set the 200, the 20, and the 50. You want these 3 moving averages. And what they say is the crosses of these lines. If you cross these moving averages and you hold the red one and the blue one, you are in bull market. Okay. And ultimately, if your coin really starts to go strong to the upside, you want it to hold the green one. So for example, I'll show you guys here again on the total market cap. When you get all 3 of these moving averages crossing, it's indicating that we're starting to get into a really strong trend in whichever direction it's crossing. Here it's crossing to the upside. Therefore, we started a very strong trend. And then what you wanted is to hold that green line. You can see as long as it holds the green line until it cracks it is when you start to slow momentum. And then what you have on the other side is you have the cross of all 3 to the downside. And when this basically happens is when you start, the bear market, a long trend to the downside. So what we've seen previously, we've seen the cross of these lines. We saw the cross over there with the 20 and the 50, and we saw the cross of the 200 and the 50 over here. And ultimately what it's indicating now is, this is Bitcoin, but this is the total market cap. It has started to give some really strong bullish momentum that could last for a very good period of time. So ultimately, when we look at these MAs, these things are starting to look good. Now, remember what I said, guys, you want to put all these MAs and you want to go through your altcoins. You go through your altcoins, you will see the ones that are still below that hasn't crossed yet. Don't expect them to do crazy pumps just yet. It's still accumulating time. But by the time they do have the crosses and they start getting into this momentum, make sure you are in the token that you want to be in at the right time. So it's teaching you when to be patient to build within your altcoins. But secondly, it's teaching you as well that when is the final call for me to get into this actual token or into the actual trade. So that's a nice little thing to be using. But what I want to show over here is we have a really good total market cap. We had the initial push in the beginning of the year where everything went really good to the upside. And we stopped. We ended up stopping Bitcoin at 30,000, Ethereum, $2,100, all these sort of things. We stopped at this major area over here. Okay. And for me, this falls under bear market. Reason being is this was what we reclaimed in the bull market. This was the low we made in the bull market. Therefore, we stayed in the bull market. Ever since we've lost that, it's been a sad, miserable market of just sideways boringness, no growth, not much happening when it comes to FOMO and especially retail. For me, retail is in this part of the box, and smart investors and experienced traders are in this side of the box. Therefore, you want to make sure that whatever token you're accumulating, whatever you're building in this market, you want to be the smart money building over here, and you want to be in your positions by the time you start to get the less experienced money. Because end of the day, you're going to be selling into those that are buying late. That's just the end of the game, and that's the understanding that someone has to lose for someone to win. Very simple. There's a certain amount of tokens that we have. But what we got over here is, firstly, we broke a trend on the total market cap. And it is showing now that we are holding the 20 MA and we should go attempt. And this is what we're speaking about, that it's very important to understand that we need to break through this area and turn it into support. So we need at any moment now for the market to wake up, turn us into support, and then we can go full bull. And this could ultimately be the run that goes all the way back over the next 2 years to all-time highs, if not smashing the all-time highs. So we know that this total market cap is mainly driven by Bitcoin at the moment. We don't really have much within altcoins, and Ethereum, to be honest, looking good, but not really getting to the levels that we wanted to. So what I want to show you guys, I want to go here to total 2 quickly, and you can see where total 2 is sitting at now. So where total 2 is sitting at now, you're literally having the cross in these MAs right now. Therefore, you're interested, okay? You're very interested. Now, it is showing that we're still in a bear market with the total 2, which means Ethereum still in a bear market. Not in a bull market yet. Even if Bitcoin does break this level and goes bull, doesn't mean Ethereum's in the bull market just yet, okay? But we always want to be early and make sure that we are prepping that at any moment it does go, where does it go into a bull market? So what you have over here is the possible cross. So that means you need to go to your Ethereum chart now and see where we're at, because if we break this trend now and we make our way to the top range, you want to be in before we break that possible range, guys. So if you look, if this cross plays out and we do have a strong push within the market this week, maybe a good CPI tomorrow, or the market just decides to wake up at any point, it looks like we're going to have a push to this area over here. Okay, then we shall see if we get through there or not. Now, what this is doing for you is it's giving you a realistic view of how much your token will move if the market explodes now. Okay, now, for example, if you've been accumulating Bitcoin within this bear market, okay, and now it breaks this $32,000 area. It breaks it, it goes to 40,000, starts to come back, it retests, it holds the level. It's basically showing that you don't need to farm Bitcoin. You can literally hold your entries on Bitcoin now for the possible hold of the next bull run, because you've now gone into the bull run phase, and therefore holding that level and being in the token, like you're in strength, you can hold that for a good amount of time. Now, the thing that I spoke about though, is if we go back over here to Bitcoin, is if the coins that you are in, let's say Ethereum or any altcoins that you are in, okay, let's say it runs with Bitcoin now, but they don't get through that bull market band, it means they're still in a bear market, which means you can't take profits. So what I mean by that is if Bitcoin goes to 40,000 and you go back here to the total 2, okay, and your token goes to the top of this range and Bitcoin starts to pull back and your token never managed to get into the bull market range, don't be afraid to TP out within that to get it in a lower area of the bear market. So what it's doing is it's giving you a realistic view. Aren't you tired of it where you put your hands up right now of making money and giving it back? And that's the problem. If you don't get out of bear market, or your token doesn't get out of the bear market in the next push up, I would TP it and look for better entries. Otherwise, you're going to end up giving all your profits back, as we've seen many times that it has happened. Has happened where all those profits go back. So it's just giving you an understanding of how long to actually hold your token. Then what's very interesting is we go now to the total 3. And this one has not crossed yet. But what I like about this is you have 2 areas now. You either have the area of us breaking trend now and waiting to buy this dip over here to know that we are in bull market, or you're buying the bottom of the bear market range. For me, one of the safest places to be dollar costing within altcoins. And it's showing that we have the total 3 still sitting at the bottom range of the bear market area over here. So for me, when it comes to actual opportunities, it still falls within altcoins, not so much Ethereum, not so much Bitcoin. And that's a very important thing to understand. A lot of people feel that Bitcoin is so strong right now, they want to sell their altcoins into Bitcoin. And therefore, for me, you're basically falling into the trap of buying something incredibly late. Where you look at this chart over here, you have the total 3 sitting at the bottom range right now. So for me, it's 2 things that I'm looking at. I'm looking at buying the bottom of the range of the bear market. Therefore, if Bitcoin goes to 40,000, altcoins expected to go to these areas over here. If it does not get through these areas, I'm out. I start TPing and I start getting them either into Bitcoin or ETH and prepare for a continuation of bear markets. Because if we don't get through this resistance within the altcoins, we are still in the bear market within those tokens. And that's one thing you have to understand and be okay with. You know, the longer they accumulate, the bigger the pump will come. But I am at that point where I'm tired of not taking profits. And the thing is, if we do have this push, which I think we're going to, I think we still have a bullish push within the market to the upside. If we don't get through these areas, then I do think it's a good time to TP at those zones, which will be in the next few weeks, either going back into Bitcoin or back into Ethereum. Why? Because Bitcoin would have done this. And therefore, by getting into Bitcoin back in these areas would make sense because Bitcoin would be the only token necessarily in the bull market. And that's the thing. You want to make sure that you're always staying within the bull. Now, what I want to do quickly is I want to show you the difference between these tokens so that you can get an understanding of what's really going to rip if Bitcoin goes to the upside and if Bitcoin becomes a bull market token. So it gets through this level now, and now it goes into bull market territory. Coins that are in bull market territory will probably do the best, right? They'll probably be the ones that really do the best. Okay. And those that are not, they'll probably just go to the top of where that bear market range actually is, but still remain in those areas. So you want to have 2 strategies here. You want to buy tokens that are already possibly in the bull market and that's already retested these major levels, or you want to buy tokens that are at the bottom of the bear range because there's still great money to be made just to the top of the areas. So I'll go through the examples where you can see very much with Bitcoin now, right at the top of the bear. Terrible idea to buy Bitcoin now. Terrible idea. Because if it doesn't hold here, it can go all the way back down. And that's why I'm saying critical, very important month. Where if I want to buy Bitcoin, I want to see this, I want to see this, I'd rather buy Bitcoin here. So for me, it's like if you wanted to TP on some Bitcoin in this area, you could buy it back in the exact same area. If it breaks through, retests, you can buy it back, but you're buying at a more confirmation level. Okay. But for me to buy Bitcoin now, too much. Okay. Definitely too much. Then I look at things as in Ethereum. So here is Ethereum at the moment. And if I look at Ethereum, I can see that it's still here in the bear market territory. Same thing at the moment. If we look at this box, it has not turned this previous low, which was that May crash. It has not turned it into support. Therefore, for me, it's not worth buying Ethereum right now. I would rather wait for a break, a retest, and I would rather buy it there if I don't have enough Ethereum right now. So remember, I'm here to make your life very simple on the high time frame to know what to do. But then let's go to a token like Chainlink. Now, for me, Chainlink, firstly, is starting to approach our very important moving averages because I want to speak about what tokens I think have good strength at the moment. But what we have is we have Chainlink right at the bottom of the bear market. This, for me, is a dollar costing token to be building my positions here. Why must I wait till it gets to here and therefore be in the same predicament or same problem that I'm seeing with Bitcoin right now? Anywhere buying at the bottom range, I'm pretty sure 90% that you'll be making money within this token in the next 2 to 3 years, if not a lot of money, because half of these tokens can go back to all-time high. Half of them won't, but half of them can definitely go back to all-time high. So for me at the moment, looking at this to be like, okay, I'm going to buy Chainlink now. And therefore, if I buy Chainlink now, it means that I need this thing to go into bull market territory on this next push on Bitcoin. Otherwise, I got to sell it. Because you could see what Chainlink's done. It's basically gone from $5 to $10 multiple times. I can probably count around 5 to 6 times. Therefore, I can make 100% every time it goes up. And ultimately, I can farm 50% more Chainlink because it gets 50% cheaper every time it comes to the bottom of the range. So if I'm buying Chainlink now, it's a great area to buy it, and it will be a really strong performing token if Bitcoin goes bullish. But I do know realistically that if Bitcoin goes to 40K and we don't get past $10, I can TP on my Chainlink, and I can take that money and either buy more Bitcoin or wait for the retest of Bitcoin on that trend, and I can load up yet again. It's about understanding and being realistic about when something's bullish or not. Or secondly, what happens is this does decide to break. Decides to retest, and ultimately now we're on bull market phase. So what you want to do is any tokens that are sitting in these areas here, it's basically your areas and your positions that you can hold within the whole bull market. And that's why if your token is not getting into bull market territory on the push up or when Bitcoin's getting to those major levels, it's not worth holding the token because it's going to come all the way back down to the lower range. So you can take profits and have the cash sitting there, and when it gets back to the bottom range, you can go buy it back. But ultimately, it's teaching you when to take profits. You know how many people ask me, when do I take profits? If your coin is not in the bull market by the end of this push within Bitcoin, take profits. Very simple. If your coin is in the bull market, hold on strong. If not, add on the retest. And that's how you're going to make it simple for yourself. Now let's go to something as in Solana. So I think Solana is going to be a big mover. I think it's going to be one of the highest gains because it got smashed really hard. But here we go. As long as Solana is below $50, it's still in a bear market for me. Still definitely in a bear market. And what it basically is it's these higher ranges over here, which we lost a while ago, and we haven't been able to get above. But now you want to zoom in, okay? You want to see what token looks really good, because even though a token can be in a bear market, you still get tokens that can make you a lot of money while it's in the bear market. So for example, if you saw that Solana was $8, guys, it went to $26 after that. That's 200%. So at least you know, okay, it's in the bear market, but at least you can still make money within, and it's going to teach you to take profits. For as long as any token remains in the bear market, take profits whenever your RSIs are getting to the top and whenever we get to the top range. So what you have right now, and why Solana looks really, really strong at the moment, is you have it breaking the trend. You have it now, it just cracked the 200-day moving average, and it's about to crack the 50-daily moving average. Therefore, if it breaks this $23 to $24 is where I think it's going on the shorter time frame, and it breaks through that level, you're going to have the MAs crossing. And therefore, what's it showing? Going to go attempt the bear market top of the range. So for me, if we get through this MA this week, I want to know, I got Solana positions. I got Solana positions over here. I got a lot within spots, and I'm like, how long do I hold this Solana position for? Okay, and if we do get above this MA over here, I'm looking to hold this to $48 to $50. If Bitcoin gets to $40,000 or to those areas and we don't get past that area over there, I'm TPing out of Solana and I'm getting ready to buy it back at $20 because it still remains in the bull market. The only way that I see Solana going into the bull market from this current push is if it manages to get anywhere to these areas of $80, which will be crazy. And then for me, now we're back in bull. Until then, we remain in the bear, and ultimately we could range here for a little while longer until we finally get past those levels. Isn't this great that it gives you a little bit of an idea of when you could actually TP on Solana, right? When you could actually, a lot of people would think that this could go to $200. For as long as we stay in this phase over here, don't think $200. Think $40, $50 right now. And that's a very important thing, just to be really honest. At some point, it will be back in bull market. But for now, in this range over here, it's bear market, okay? But shorter time frame, it is bullish. And what it is indicating that this can go to the top range. And if you are interested in making 100% on your money, then this is a token you should be focused on at this point. It holds these MAs, it holds the support right now. It's a very bullish token, and it's looking tremendously strong right now. Then we go look at the next ones. These are the ones I want to speak about. Let's speak about Render for a second. Okay, so Render had an incredibly strong 2023. It really did. Within AI, within so many, I think it was NVIDIA, all of them. Like there was a lot happening fundamentally, and this token did incredibly well. And for me, this token is in a bull market. Why? Because we were in the bottom range for a while and it accumulated around 40 cents, which is crazy. It's still 5x from where we are right now. I remember we got buys in these areas in January. Okay. But what it has done, it's one of the only tokens that these previous crashes over here, these previous lows, it's one token that has finally come through that level. And look how it went beautifully to this resistance. And now it's turned our previous bear market resistance into a bull market support. So what I'm doing is I'm putting a trend line in over here. I know we're making our way down. And if render breaks that trend line, which I'm going to speak about in the shorter time frame, I am going to go to some shorter time frames on these tokens. It breaks this trend line. For me, renders in a bull market. Therefore, the positions that I'm building here, I'm looking at possibly holding within the whole of the bull market. We're looking at 100K Bitcoin maybe, right? Maybe a 200K Bitcoin. As long as render holds these levels here, for me, I can hold this token throughout the whole bull market. I won't even TP much unless it goes to the all-time highs. Then I would maybe TP because that's a 3-4x from where we are now. But ultimately, this is great to understand. So for me, if render does break this trend line over here, that's last round for bull market entries. Otherwise, we don't come back to this token until the next bear market within the next couple of years. So it's so good to understand when's last call versus when you have time within a token. Now let's go look at another few. Let's look at MATIC, right? Because MATIC is a big token to focus on. And for me, this token is very near in bull market territory. I really do think so. Firstly, it had an incredible 2022. One of the only tokens that in 2022, it went from 36 cents all the way to $1.55 in a bear market. In a bear market, this token did incredibly well. They were building, they were doing incredibly well. They obviously got hit when it came with SEC, all these sort of things. Now what we have is it lost a major support, which was the 76 cent mark. And that's why it's probably going to 74, 75 cents on the lower time frames now. I know we called it a 69, so well done for those who got it. But ultimately, it is fighting a previous support level. So there's a lot of resistance there. But what's also important to understand was, for me, this is the bull market trend. Because as long as MATIC held this support, look at this, it remained in a strong bull trend. It really, really remained bullish compared to the rest of the market. And for me, this one is near. So what I started to look at now is we start to cross the 20 MA. That's the first sign. What do I need it to do next? I needed to break this area of the 75 to the 80 cents. I needed to turn it into support. And then I got to get past these two moving averages over here. Okay, if that does so, this becomes a token that falls back into the bull market. And what I then did, and this is why I went on Twitter, make sure you are following me on Twitter, and I put this trend in here. Now on Twitter, you would just see me putting this trend and putting my targets. You don't see all the other analysis that I'm doing and seeing all these other things that entering the bull market phase, crossing these MAs. So I give you a very simple chart because I always want to be simple to you guys. But I'm seeing a lot more under the hood of what this could actually mean for MATIC. And therefore, if MATIC can get through these areas, we've just broken the weekly trend. So if this is the time for MATIC to go into full bull market, this should be the break of trend that gets us there. Therefore, I'm entering this trade. I have stops at around 67, 68 cents. We should not come back in. And ultimately, what I want to see here is if Bitcoin rampages to the higher levels and it goes up, I want it to get above this dollar area over here, get back into bull, and I can hold this thing. Whatever entries I have now, I can hold throughout the whole bull market. But I'm interested in a token that can enter bull market phase. That's the big thing. So it did dip its toe into bear market phase. And I do need it to recover and to do good things over here. But ultimately, look how close it is to being a bull market token right now. And that's what you've got to pay attention to. So MATIC, I still think same thing. If Bitcoin breaks the areas, I see MATIC being really bullish. I see it being a strong token that has, it was basically got bullied. It got bullied from the market. Okay, got bullied from the SEC. And it kind of feels like this bully, the guy that got bullied is angry, right? He's got a point to prove. And that's why I'm playing my bets over here. The next one I want to speak about, which is at the bottom range for me, and I think it's crazy if you go against Elon Musk. This is right at the bottom range, okay? If Bitcoin breaks $31,000 to $32,000 within the next 2 weeks, and it does rampage to 𝗪𝗵𝗁𝗪, I think one of the best trades is going to be Doge. So if Bitcoin breaks the high, I think this is going to be one of the highest performers. This is why. Firstly, what we have is we're at the lower range of the bear market. probably one of the best areas to accumulate Dogecoin. Okay, let's not doubt Elon Musk. Let's not a lot's going to happen here. It used to be a meme coin. Now it's getting a lot more purpose, and we have the richest man in the world backing it. Okay, I think it's going to play a huge role in Twitter. And don't be surprised that in the next week that news comes out on Doge. Don't be surprised. Okay, because what we have is RSI tapped out at the bottom. Secondly, we're at resistance right now, and we have the 200 daily and the 50 MA right here on the break of this trend line. If this breaks, yes, it's still bear market. But for me, it goes to the top of the bear market range when Bitcoin breaks out. Therefore, for me, I look at that and I'm like, that's 150%. If Bitcoin goes to 40,000 and Doge doesn't get past this area, cool. I'll TP Doge and I'll get ready to get it back at these areas over here. But when it comes to making money and a strong coin that will do well on a Bitcoin breakout, you want to find the coins that are about to break weekly trends, important MAs, and are at the bottom range of the bear market, which means I am buying Doge and I am buying it to TP for as long as we stay in those areas. Best scenario, it goes here, it breaks through and goes. For now, I'm not thinking bullish. It's not bull market for Doge just yet, but it's definitely one of the best plays to be focusing on at the moment. Then let's go look at another one. So guys, I used these tokens. I speak a lot about Solana, a lot about Fantom, a lot about MATIC. Reason why I do so is me personally, I am trading a lot within these tokens, but I'm showing you the methods and the formulas that you can go use this on any token. That's end of the day what it's about. I am here to give you guys as much as fantastic calls in this market. And by the way, I'm a bull market trader. There's no one better than me in a bull market when it comes to this content. Bear market, a little bit tricky. I had to change my mindset. We had to go through a lot together. Bull market, I'll get you guys the best entries of the bull market. That's one thing. But what I'm showing you here is I'm showing you tokens that I am trading quite often, but I'm giving you the formula. I'm giving you the formula that you can use on any token. I'm giving you the moving averages. I'm giving you the ranges. I'm giving you all the tools that you need to fish. And the same thing, that's why Sniper School's there, right? Go join Sniper School. I'm giving you all the tools. But here we go. Let's pay attention to Fantom. What we have on Fantom right now. Fantom entering the bottom range of the bear market at the moment. Not crazy bullish just yet. This is why I'm zooming in. But it is at a very interesting phase when it comes to the bottom of the range. And it's the same thing here. Fantom is definitely not in a bull market right now. Definitely not. But if Bitcoin does break to the up, I am expecting Fantom to go test the up range. And therefore, for me, that's 60 to 70 cents. We're sitting at 27 cents now. So am I either going to sit and say, okay, it's not in a bull market now. I'm going to say no to money. Or you're going to be like, okay, it's going to go test the top of the bear market range. And therefore, it's going to offer me an area of around 100%. Okay, remember, you want the market to give you money. You want a certain percentage. You need to learn to accept what the market offers you. If it offers you, you may want 20%, the market may offer you 12%. Are you going to say no? Or are you going to be stubborn for your own amount? But therefore, it's very simple. So what you want to do is you want to zoom in on Fantom, and you can see it's got all the MAs in the same area over here. But ultimately, if it breaks through, I am looking at a strong push. But I don't see it going much above the 60-cent mark. And if it doesn't, I'm definitely TPing and definitely buying back lower again. How much money would you have made this year if you got Fantom at the 20 cents? You would have done 200, 300%. You would have got out of the market and you would have farmed yourself so much more Fantom. And therefore, you could have just kept doing it. You saw it when it came to Chainlink. How many times? You probably would have had 6 farming stages where not only you would have 10x your money, you also would have 10x your tokens. And if you can 10x your tokens within a bear market, a 10x is your results within a bull market. So imagine you 10 times. Imagine you have 100 Chainlink right now. Okay, and you managed to make it 1,000 Chainlink in the bear market. And then Chainlink 20x's in price. How much money have you just made? You've literally double compounded to the max. And that's what you got to understand. Is if we don't get through these areas, there's a great farming opportunity. And it does mean, sorry, if you're a Fantom bull, sorry, if we don't get through here, Fantom's still in a bear market. Doesn't mean it's going to be here forever. It's just about being realistic of these major levels. Okay, next one. Let's see what else I got here. Okay, so I'm going to show you 1 or 2 more here, and then we're going to zoom in. I'm going to get Dill up here, and we're going to chat. Okay, GRT, right at the bottom of the bear market range. Okay, if Bitcoin goes bullish now, remember, the reason why I'm speaking about this is because I look here and I look at the total market cap, can go bullish. Okay, but what I like about it is total 3. Look how much room there is just to the top of the range of total 3. There's a lot of growth when it comes to just within altcoins. Okay, so I'm definitely TPing on altcoins, and I don't think it's small alt full bull market just yet. And what do I mean by full bull market? That you can literally hold from here to $100,000 Bitcoin. Like, it's not going to make any more lows. I don't think we're there just yet within a lot of altcoins. Yes, possibly Bitcoin. But let's go over here now, and let's go back to GRT. So here's GRT at the moment. So what I have is the wedge, and look how I have all three of my moving averages here right now. So now I'm interested. I'm like, okay, this is a very important indicator. I know all these MAs, important stage. Secondly, what I have is a great resistance here. Thirdly, what I have is we're at the bottom of the range. So I want to zoom in here now, and I'll be like, okay, there's that wedge. If we daily close out of this at any moment now, I want to make sure I got my positions. Do I think this goes to all-time high? No. But do I see it going to the top of the bear market range? Yes. Am I happy with those percentages? Let's go have a look. Top of the range, 180%. So not all-time highs yet, but ultimately it is in your face of what this could do if Bitcoin goes to 40%. Not going full bull, but going to the top of the bear market range. You can go through these tokens and you can have a look. DOT, smashed in the bear market. But what do you have? You have the bottom of the bear market range. You have a beautiful wedge, and you have all the MAs over here. It gets through these levels. Ultimately, you go to the top of the bear market range, which is 130 to 150% to the top of the bear range. So do you see what I don't know if it froze a bit there, but do you see what I'm doing? I'm basically showing you a technique to show you what tokens to focus on. You have 10,000 crypto tokens out there. Which one should I focus on, Sheldon? Whichever one's about to cross the three major moving averages, whichever one has already become in the bull market, or whichever one's at the bottom of the bear market range. Those are the tokens you want. You're in this game to make money. I don't care if you love your token, whatever the fundamentals are. Like, this is what I've realized throughout this journey. We're here to make money. That's what it's about. So any token that you understand and makes sense, and it's showing, it's working with the indicators and the tools that you are using, that's the token you trade. If it doesn't make sense to these things, you don't trade it because you don't know how to handle it. It's like jumping on a motorcycle that you have no idea how the buttons work. But that motorcycle over there, you understand. It's more old school. It's more raw, more natural. Cool. Ride that bike because you're not going to crash. You ride the other bike, you're going to crash. And then don't cry when you crash. Very simple. So DOT again, one of the big ones for me. I would zoom in on DOT because if Bitcoin breaks out, DOT I think is going to be one of the huge flyers. And who knows, guys? I do want to add in a super bullish scenario. Maybe a lot of tokens do that. Then you're done. Then you relax. You're going to make a lot of money in the bull market. And that's why you're always interested to fish at the bottom. Because if you do catch maybe one token or maybe two tokens, you catch the bottom of those tokens, it changes everything for you. All that I'm saying is, guys, doesn't matter what crypto's done for you or what it's been to you in this bear market. If you get one token and one entry, like a proper one, like a great one, it will change everything for you. Every single sweat, every single tear, I don't care how much money you've lost in. You get one that does it for you. It changes the whole game for you. The whole game. You got 2,000 tokens. You got hundreds of trades to enter. You need one. You need one. And that's the big thing to understand. So last one I want to show over here, which is I think is great. Firstly, it bounced on the bottom of the bear point, but it's about to cross the last MA over here, is 𝗬𝗗𝗃. Okay, so therefore Bitcoin breaks out. I see 𝗬𝗃 go to the top of the range, around about a 50-60%. So it's not as big as the rest, but ultimately at least it's a strong token. Now I want to also confess something. I want to say confess, but I want to teach you how I've updated my mind. So a lot of traders, and this was something Craig also taught me because he went and he studied guys with mindset, top traders in the world. Okay, you know how we always want to buy the token that's been the most damaged. So a token that's red. We're like, let's buy that one. Okay, and then the ones that are green, let's short that one or let's sell that one. I think we got to change our mind a little bit. Okay, and I'm adjusting my mind very much to that. Now, for example, I was contemplating on the weekend for leverage. Should I go long Algorand or should I go long Solana? Now, the reason why is because I got my entry on Solana on the shorter time frames. Long time frame, I'm holding it. But my shorter time frames, I got it at 19 and I sold at 21.50. And now I'm like, oh, it's 22 now. Should I missed the entry, right? But then I look at Algo and Algo is down. It's down a lot. Let me go get into this. And this big thought came in. if the coin is strong to the upside, trade the coin that's strong to the upside. You're basically going and you're trying to short a coin that's strong and you're trying to buy a coin that's weak. We have it in our mindset. For a long time frame, this is very good, by the way. So just to like for high time frame, for long-term purposes, dollar cost on a coin that's really doing bad of a FUD or anything like that. But when it comes to trading, long the coin that is strong, even if it has gone up a lot of percentages, you have to put your stop losses and trail that, but trade the coin that is strong. Long the coin that's strong, short the coin that's weak. We would do the opposite. We will short a coin that's done a lot for the day, and we will long the coin that's dropped a lot. So it's just a mental shift that I want you guys to just take in. Guys, are you enjoying this? Smash the like button if you're enjoying this content. Smash, smash, smash. Because if I must be honest, I nearly fell asleep before the show because I'm feeling really sick at the moment and not good. But again, I choose to pump the energy to make sure that you guys are pumped. Dill, let's get through some short-term stuff here, bro.
What's up, bro?
Let's go through some
Guys,
short.
you must listen to this man. Listen to this man. You know, they need to come to school. If you guys aren't even in the school, you're missing out on this type of content. It's so good, man. Well done. That's power.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, I just want to give a few updates on where we were. So yeah, just jump in whenever you're ready. But yesterday we were looking at FTM. I told you why I was long at the time. There was a good region there for me, 618 horizontal, etc., etc. I mean, we even had the 𝗪𝗔𝗿𝗄𝗃 order blocks there, so it made sense for a bounce long. And I said, look, we're just playing this level by level, you know. And here we are, hit resistance. We're out of this position now for Fantom on this shorter time frame sculpt. And now we sit and wait. You know, we know this is a strong area down here, okay. And we also know that we've got resistance in this region here. So right now, you know, I'm just hanging out waiting on Fantom. My next play would possibly be a breakup, look for some support here, you know, and then we'll play in this range. Okay, so for right now, I got what I wanted out of it, a little bounce. So we're done there. Render, you spoke really well about render. I was loving that. You know, I've just zoomed in. This is a 4 hour. We picked up a very cool area in these lives that we're doing for the school every day. You know, so we've been trading this level by level. 786 bounce yesterday, perfect area, pushed into resistance with all these other alts, as you've seen, and we're at TP or resistance zone. So now we just sort of trying to figure out where is render going to bounce. So, you know, I'm just pulling some fibs here. There's a couple of areas.
So while you're on it, I want to show you my chart over here on the 4 hour as well on render. So firstly, it's on this major support. Like very, very strong support trend at the moment. Yeah. And if you know, we sort the turn of the bear market into the bull market, this is why I want to pay a lot of attention to it, because this thing may get ahead of us so quickly. So now's probably the best time for me to, if I am going to do low leverage longs or low margin longs, this pullback that's happening right now is probably my area to be loading up on
power
now's
area.
The time, power area, and this must be the time now where it's going to attempt this high over here. Firstly, it's a great short-term trade. But secondly, if that bull market chart on the high time frames play out, you know, this is great. And if I look here to risk-wise, it's right on support. So my stop will just go under this trend. Very simple.
Dude, it's perfect.
That's
and
my side.
The lower the lev, the easier it is. You know, obviously now I'm zooming in on the 4 hour. This is for like maybe more leverage and stuff. If you zoom out, that trend line you drew is perfectly tied in with the 786 here that we had.
Okay. And the fib.
So yeah, everything makes sense perfectly. So just short time frame for the scalper type vibe. You know, I'm just looking for little bounces areas in this little zone. But yeah, bigger move. This is a great area for render. It's on major support. We covered DOT yesterday briefly as well. We had a little double bottom here, break of trend, nice little move for everyone. So if you were scalping DOT, if you grab the double bottom, winning. If you grab the break of trend, winning again. You know, rejection at obvious areas, guys. Again, we just pushed into a horizontal fib, you know, and that's your TP zone, and the bears out there, that's your short zone. You know, that's where you're looking. So yeah, DOT looking for a bounce here at the 618. If not, let's see where these 𝗪𝗔𝗿𝗄𝗃 are.
So actually, like us popping the same charts here while we on it. So here's my view on DOT here was 382 bounce. And if we bull today and we bull tomorrow, like this is it. Like from here, I want to see DOT break out of this trend, flow and move. So I agree, because if we don't, there is a possible of a $3 dot. So don't be afraid to ever buy right on the support of where it could crack. Go for it.
100%. No, I mean, I love a support buy. Those are like, you know, when you got max fear and you buy when it's red like that. No, like it puts pressure on you. It puts pressure on your mind. But like, you know, if you get that, if you play these like double bottoms on good areas, you know, you're going to win a lot of the time. And even if you look at it with sort of a scalping mindset, like here was stacks yesterday. I said yesterday, just a good area, expecting a bounce, you know, and we got a little bounce. So if you long stacks off the 200-day, the 618 and the trend, you got a 6% move. You know, if you're on 5x leverage, like great little trade just for spotting a nice area. Then there's a couple of gaming tokens I'm watching here. 𝗟𝗏𝗄. Jay notified us about 𝗟𝗏𝗄 this morning. It's possibly breaking a trend. So, you know, this is the daily. So, you know, right now it's sitting at resistance. So we're looking at two zones now. We're looking at a move up to this sort of 28 region. If we reject, I'm looking at this wick down here as a possible move. So, yeah, I mean, if BTC starts pushing up now, we might see some interest in the gaming tokens. I've got the same on Decentraland. Little trend here that we're watching. So keep your eyes on this one, guys. Maybe just set an alarm. ETH Classic. I think we call them the dino coins. What do we call these things? Litecoin, EOS, ETC.
The dinosaur coins. Dinosaur coins, yeah.
Yeah, like they pumped the other day. I don't know if that narrative is now done. You know, we need to just see what happens. But, you know, what I did pick up yesterday. Weak. Yeah, we've lost trend. I identified a short zone. So we shorted this on the live yesterday at the 618. Well, we identified this area. So I'm short ETC here at the 618 and 200-day. Expecting a move lower. So yeah, let's see how that plays out. Litecoin, guys, this is the weekly. It broke through this 200-week MA, which was massive resistance, but it's pulled back. So yeah, I mean, I'm short Litecoin now until we get over this 200-week, and you can see why. I mean, it's big weekly area as well, 200-week MA. So, you know, I'm expecting Litecoin to potentially just sort of drift back down to this trend, which would be perfectly normal, you know, and then maybe look for long sort of down there again. Yeah. So, you know, it's a head short for me. It's nothing serious. So ETC and Litecoin, I'm short from those regions. Don't short now. I mean, we've already pulled back a bit. You know, you've got to short in these key areas. 𝗏𝗏𝗃's been something I've been watching for a hell of a long time. You know, I've been sitting in this range for so long. It popped out yesterday. We might have some support here, guys. So, you know, if you like 𝗏𝗏𝗃 or you're bullish on 𝗏𝗏𝗃, wait for this little pullback, nice little deep pullback into the zone, gives you your tightest stop. And this is for the scalpers, right? I mean, if you pull out your weekly chart, you're going to see, like, as a spot buy, it's probably pretty decent. You know,
as a long-term buy, I think it's pretty good. Yeah.
So this is an 8-hour scalp situation. You know, you might be trading leverage. You don't want to feel under too much pressure. So just let it pull back, get it nice and tight, and there, you know, your stop will be very tight then on this old resistance, which should become support. Then I wanted to show you guys something. I gave an oil trade and a silver trade not too long ago, but I keep forgetting to tell you about
that, brother.
So I've been playing on Prime XBT. You get like epic leverage, and it's like a sort of it's a different platform to what we used to with trading crypto. So I'm going to show you guys now. But the oil, I kept it so simple. This is the 200-week MA on oil. So every time it came back down, I just bought on this 200-week MA. Now we've pushed up, we've broken trend, and we're looking for a retest here. So, you know, here's this Prime XBT account. Here are these oil trades. So you can enter multiple sort of blocks of trades.
Individual
so
trades,
these things are cooking at the moment. Yeah, and it's going nicely. So if we get a retest of this trend on oil, I'm going to add there. Same thing with silver. I kept it so simple, bro. I just traded it literally off the 200-day MA. When it broke up here, I took it. When it came back down, I added a position. So here, this is my second one off the bounce. There was the original one.
Okay.
So yeah, really simple to play with. And now it's busy retesting trends. So, you know, I'm probably going to add here. So I'll just add it for you guys. You can buy 500 silver here for 23, and the margin impact is $37. Then I can place my stop loss here. Let's see what it is. So I'll exit this extra trade under 23.02. So I'll go 23.
Yeah. So remember, guys, you can trade gold, silver with USDT. Like that's crypto to basically trade. So it's a great way to diversify within crypto. So if you want to open below, you can sign up on the link 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗏.
And if you guys like this stuff, you know, we can bring more of this. You know, just let us know, guys. If you want to see stock trades, you want to see these type of things that we can do on 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗏, let us know.
This is dinosaur coins for me.
What?
I love it.
Cool, guys. Well, yeah,
okay,
that's
cool.
it from
Thank
me.
you, my brother. Appreciate it.
Sweet.
Cool, bro. Guys, will you follow 𝗏𝗏𝗍𝗏? For 𝗏𝗏𝗍𝗏, go to Twitter right now, 𝗏𝗏𝗍𝗏, and go follow 𝗏𝗏𝗍𝗏. Follow Dylan. Show him lots of love. He puts a lot of effort within all of this. Go follow him. Let's get him very famous. Okay. Secondly, I just want to show you guys, we spoke about PBX a while back. PBX is one of my smaller cap high bull market tokens, right at the bottom of the range now. Extremely high risk, so literally 1% of the portfolio, but I do think this is one of a big gem. I'm not afraid to take a couple percent, 2-3% of my portfolio and to enter them in low cap gems, as they're the ones that can make you tremendous amounts of money off of a small amount of money. And again, I just want to remind you, this is at the bottom of the range right now, a little bit high for the day, so I'd wait for a small retest, but it literally pumped 50% this morning. And what it's doing now is it wants to break this daily trend. So right at the bottom of the bear market range, for me, this is a 50 to 100x token in the bull market. That's what I'm doing at. For me, it's this lower range of where I want to accumulate them. So I just wanted to bring this up. Extremely high risk, so be aware. Very small part of your portfolio, but as long as you're managing risk, I wouldn't be afraid to enter in some very high risk tokens, because in a day, those are tokens that can make you a lot within the bull markets. Just take profits on them because they give it all back. I see 𝗬𝗏𝗍𝗏 is waking up on the shorter time frame now. Nice little pump from 𝗬𝗏𝗍𝗏. So we did speak about 𝗬𝗏𝗍𝗏. Guys, have a fantastic day. We'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully we're above 32,000 so we can get into full bull mode and we can trade a lot. For now, we just want Bitcoin to hold $29,000. Let's just hold it. As long as we hold it, we can still look at $40,000. Have a fantastic day. Look after yourself, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Much love, fam.